Well, howdy, folks. HEIMER here. I'm with you today with my 1963 Aurora model of the creature from the Black Lagoon. Now, this was based on the 1954 movie, The Creature from the Black Lagoon, and it's basically about a lonely amphibious humanoid incel, that's an involuntary celibate, who finds himself thrust upon a dysfunctional love triangle with a human couple that encroached upon his domain. Let's take a look at that. Now, in the movie, The Creature from the Black Lagoon, a group of scientists stumble upon an old fossil of an ancient amphibious humanoid, so they charter a boat named Rita, run by a crusty old captain, to search the Amazon for a living specimen. Now, the crew thought that if they were lucky enough to encounter such a creature, they had a giant harpoon waiting for him. Now, aboard the Rita was a lovely young lass named Miss Kay Lawrence. And when they were anchored, she decides to take a swim in the Black Lagoon. And there she is spotted by the creature who lives in the Black Lagoon. And she's likely the first female he's ever seen in his life. Scuba divers aboard the Rita decide to dive into the Black Lagoon to see if they can find the creature, and they wind up shooting him in the ass with a big harpoon. That had to hurt. Now he's having to swim with a big bleeding hole in his scaly buttocks. So he staggers on board the Rita and kills one of the crew members. Can you blame him? Now, later on that night, the creature returns, seeking once again the object of his affection, the lovely Miss Kay Lawrence, who's already involved with David Reed. Now, David Reed is one of these super handsome guys they call a Chad. A Chad is one of these guys that gets all the ladies on Tinder. Now, Miss Kay Lawrence, of course, is repulsed by the scaly creature. Now a manhunt ensues, and everyone on board the Rita chases the creature until dusk, until he's illuminated with a spotlight, and he escapes into the dark. The next day, the creature continues to stalk Mrs. Lawrence on the banks of the lagoon in broad daylight. Later at night, the creature climbs back up on deck on the Rita aboard the boat, thinking he might get rid of all the male competition. A fight ensues. A broken lantern catches him on fire, and he jumps back into the lagoon. The next day, the scuba divers go after him again, and this time he gets a big harpoon right in his gut. This second harpoon in the gut really pisses the creature off. And he starts fighting with the diver that shot him in the gut with his harpoon. Now, since the second harpoon to the gut didn't kill him, they try again to load a scuba tank full of a poison called rotenone, and they try to shoot him in the face with it to kill him that way. Now, even after being shot once in the ass, once in the gut with harpoons, and took poison to the face, this still didn't deter him. The creature crawls back on the boat in the daytime, seeking his love interest, Mrs. K. Lawrence, snatches her, jumps into the lagoon with her in his arms. Having finally captured his love interest, Mrs. Lawrence, and successfully entering the water with her, he takes her deep down into the lagoon and comes up into his incel man cave. Now the human crew embark on a search and rescue mission and chase them both down. Now the Chad, David Reed, super handsome guy, comes to the rescue, of course. Now the Chad, the handsome David Reed, gets into a one-on-one physical confrontation with the human amphibious incel, and the creature would have kicked his butt, except, of course, the friends of David Reed come and shoot him in the back. Now the handsome David Reed and his lovely girlfriend, Kay Lawrence, chased the twice harpooned, gassed, and shot up creature to the banks of his own lagoon, where he staggers into the water in a stupor. In the end, pretty boy David Reed gets the lovely love interest, Kay Lawrence. Meanwhile, while the two of them are loving it up, the poor creature incel floats down the dark water to the bottom of the lagoon. So there you have it. It's kind of a Beauty and the Beast story. I was always rooting for the creature. I was hoping he would get the girl. It might have been the best relationship she ever had. You never know. At least he would have kept her in seafood. I've always loved the creature. Here's an acrylic painting that I did a while back for one of my favorite Universal Studios monsters, the creature from the Black Lagoon. The end.